let's go over some commonly misunderstood hair terms that may be driving the unrealistic expectations our clients are having as it relates to their care of their natural hair. Density, texture, curl pattern. Also, porosity and elasticity, but we won't be covering those last two in this series. This is not a blanket statement, as there will always be some, even with thorough education, who just won't accept and will continue to fight their natural texture. Also, there may be some who just choose to opt out of the investment of time and money that come along with natural hair care. They may choose to do wigs, braids, sew-ins, texturizers, relaxers, you name it. Whatever fits their budget and lifestyle is what people should do with their hair. I created this visual aid to help us understand these basic concepts of density, texture, and curl pattern. Feel free to screenshot this if you want to keep up with this visual. Got it? Before we continue, we all have multiple density, texture, curl pattern throughout our head. No one has one solid everything for your whole head. Typically, the hair is coarser and more dense in the center at the crown, and it is usually finer and less dense around the hairline. All density is the amount of hairs per square inch. This is 1 square inch. So if you took this 1 square inch of your scalp and counted how many hairs fit in that 1 square inch, that's your density. There's 3 different densities. You have low density, medium or average density, and then high density. But if you look at the side view, low density hair lays flatter to the scalp, medium density hair pushes off just a little bit, high density hair usually is really pushed off from the scalp. With low density hair, you usually can see the scalp poking through the hair even with the hair slicked down. And when you're parting low density hair, you'll see more of the scalp between the parts. With medium density hair, you get more scalp coverage. And when you part, you see less of the scalp. With high density hair, you don't see the scalp poking through the hair when it's just resting on its own. And you may not see much of the scalp when it is actually parted. Texture is literally the diameter of a single strand of hair. You take one strand of hair, you cut it, look at it under a microscope. How wide or thin that hair is determines your texture. There are 3 textures. You have coarse, medium, and fine. So side by side, they look pretty similar, not too much of a difference, but they make a big difference in how they cover the scalp. So for this part of the demonstration, I'm just using yarn, and each one of these boxes has 18 strands of hair to show you how they cover the scalp when the hair is straightened out or flattened out. This is why if you have fine hair, you may have a nice fluffy twist out or afro, but when you go to press it, it is super flat to your head, like too flat to your head. Medium texture gives a little bit more coverage than fine texture, and of course, coarse texture gives even more coverage. So while I know what curl pattern is, it was hard for me to put it in definition, so I'm going to use the definition I found in my research from Raw Sugar. Curl pattern is the natural shape, curve, or configuration that your hairs transform when they grow from your scalp. Obviously, this is not a complete representation of all the curl patterns, but it is what I could find in my hair stash, okay? There are 2 human hair samples in this section. So this is a human hair sample, and this is a human hair sample. All the others are synthetic. When you know what your curls need, you can take better care of them. I won't debate the polarizing hair type chart that people love or don't love. I won't debate that, but I do use it to reference curl pattern when I get a new client and that client understands that chart and that's their point of reference. We meet our clients where they are, and then we teach them what they need to know to best take care of their hair. If it means using a curl chart, we're going to use a curl chart. And understand, coming from someone who used to have to listen to people over the phone try to describe their exact curl pattern, and they would be referencing celebrities' hair or something like that, I appreciate having a baseline foundational chart to be able to say, hey, it's 2B, it's 4A. That just gives us a starting point, and then when we get to see their hair, we can make a better decision on where their curl really lives. So here we have tightly coiled or kinky hair. This hair is the driest and most fragile of the curl patterns because of the way that it grows out from the scalp. It grows out in a corkscrew or spiral. And so it uses up a lot of the oil that is needed for the hair before the oil can get down to the ends of the hair. This hair also has the most shrink. From my research, it was about up to 75%. Kinky hair does really well with heavy moisturizers, some butters, etc., etc. This hair doesn't actually have a well-defined curl pattern. It's more of a zigzag. And what you'll find is that everyone doesn't have a well-defined curl pattern. For those clients who have the zigzag texture, their hair can still benefit from using heavier moisturizers and creams, but they will need some help if you're going to be doing twist outs or braid outs, because they don't get those little cute loopy curls at the end of their twist or braid out naturally. You're going to give their twist out or braid out some assistance on the ends so they can have the cute loopy curls by using perm rods or whatever your choice of roller is. This hair is a springy, coily hair. It's curly, but it's a little bit more tightly coiled than this. And so it can use an average or lightweight moisturizer. It doesn't need super heavy oils and creams. These two looser curls and waves don't really do well with heavy oils or creams. They need lightweight, either oil-free or light oil moisturizers, because they get oil faster naturally because of the way that they grow out of the scalp. They get more of the oil from the sebaceous glands, so the oil travels down the links to the ends of the hair more easily. This is why people with naturally straight or wavier hair tend to have to shampoo their hair more often, because it gets greasy after a few days, versus people with naturally kinky or coily hair who may need to oil or moisturize a lot more. Learning which products to use and recommend can go a long way in helping your clients understand how to better care for their natural hair between salon visits or when they can't get to the salon. Well, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.